All right. Hope everyone can hear me. If you can, please use the emojis which are on the bottom of your screen next to the microphone icon. Let me know, give me some thumbs up and some claps and whatever else you want to get that energy going. Okay, awesome. So, welcome everyone to the New York Spring 2022 Demo Day for FoundersBoost. I'm super excited to be hosting today because we've been working with these startups for the past 6 weeks and they have been killing it. So, just wanted to give you a little bit of background about FoundersBoost and a little bit about my personal story with FoundersBoost. And then we'll jump into a talk with one of our community leaders, Hardiz Safizadeh, who we go way back with and has been an awesome help to host this program as well. And then we'll jump into some startup pitches and then networking, where you get to connect with all of these awesome founders. So at FoundersBoost, we find promising pre-seed startups and prepare them for accelerators, investment, and revenue. That is what we do here. We're in 20 regions globally, as you can see: Austin, Chicago, Detroit, Denver, Ireland, Italy, so on and so forth. So we have a huge global presence and we got program leaders that are awesome all around the world. Here are some of our big numbers. In just 4 years, we've got over 4,700 applicants, 365 plus startups pre-accelerated, and over 115 million raised in funding. Here are some of our partners, right? So after graduating from FoundersBoost, some of our founders get into Y Combinator, Plug and Play, 500 Startups, Techstars, so Generator. These are all the world's leading accelerators, VC firms, etc. Diversity is in our ethos. About 80% of our startups are founded by underrepresented founders. We've got 9 programs running this spring: Austin, Italy, LA, NYC, South Florida, Toronto, Turkey, UK, and Vancouver. We have global ecosystem partners, which is the Global Accelerator Network, F6S, Techstars, and AirMeet, which is the tool you're all on right now to look at this demo day live. And so here's just a little bit of how FoundersBoost fits into the overall founder journey, right? So from idea to getting some family and friends funding, that's where we come in. After that point, showing some initial signs of traction, then getting them into accelerators, then getting into venture capital, and then scaling up. So our program focuses on lectures, where we focus on core developmental areas, which are customer development, pitch and presentation skills, market sizing, building products that matter, venture funding, and accelerators. Then we go also into pitch coaching, where our founders, from day one are improving their pitches every single week, visually in their slides and also audibly, so that they have stage presence and deliver for all of you. And we give them hands-on mentorship with a huge network of mentors who are really, really awesome and help them solve whatever problems they're going through, increase their knowledge, accountability, and leverage our network. Here are some of the topics that we covered over this 6-week program: customer development, pitching and pitch decks, market sizing, building products that matter, fundraising process, and venture funding and accelerators. So our key methods, right, for helping and supporting these founders are through mentorship, one-on-one mentorship, focus on the right priorities, right, spending time on the right things, and that's something that accelerators and VCs want to know, and then connections, getting them connected to whoever they need. And then post-program, we focus on getting them connected to investors through events like these, as well as through our alumni network, through our network of peers, and through BoostX, which is our alumni network. So in BoostX, we've got a community of over 1,000 members. We've got tons of pre-accelerator content, hosts, hosting workshops. We've got all of our alumni in there as well. We always host workshops and have specific courses for these founders, and they get access to a ton of different exclusive perks and discounts. provided by our partners. And Global Investor Day is one of the events that we run for every program, where we bring together all of the different demo days from all of our different global programs. And that's another opportunity for investors and mentors and advisors to attend, watch these startups, pitch, connect with them, and grow. All right, so before we move into some startup pitches, I'm going to invite our speaker on stage, Pardees Safizadeh, and stop sharing my screen. And Pardees, I will hand it over to you.
Hey everybody, thanks Adrian. My name is Pardees, and I've been in the startup space for almost 15 years. Yep, I'm old now. During my last decade and a half of almost startup life, I've seen a lot of startups fail, some startups succeed, and even fewer successfully exit. I've actually personally been on 3 successful startup teams. One that got acquired by IBM, another that was acquired by VMware, and the last one was acquired by Salesforce. After that third success story that I was a part of, I decided to try going independent and to have been finding success with a startup growth agency that merges marketing, sales, technology, and revenue with design for success. Many thanks to Adrian. I've been involved with Founders Boost New York and Founders Boost Zambia for about 2 years now. And I absolutely love the early stage problems and getting to scale. And it's been an absolute pleasure working with everybody here. But before we talk about the present and now, let's start at the beginning. When I first started out in the startup space, everyone I had worked with had a similar story. Look, an amount raised. Back then, getting into an accelerator was pretty much the deciding factor if a startup would be successful or not. You'll see the people there, they all look like Mark Zuckerberg. Some of them came from money, some of them didn't. And all of them kind of like wore a hoodie and looked the same. And then there was me. I was like, hey, what's up? But luckily something changed. More exits happened, startup communities are started flourishing, and the world realized there's actually more than one way to start a company. Programs like Founders Boost sprang up to give more support during the beginning stages of a startup, and they work too. Since 2017, Founders Boost founders have launched in 14, I think 20 global communities now, and they've raised $115 million combined. They have a huge network of more than 1,000 founders, and 80% of their startups actually have an underrepresented founder. What I love the most about the Founders Boost community is the weekly classes and then meeting with the mentors right away. Anyone can read a book, as we all know, but learning together is like actually its own awesome thing. Because you get to like think their process with peers, and also your mentors close to your stage is priceless. We love all of our investors in the room who are like well successful in being there, but the step between starting a company and like getting a successful exit is like pretty large. So it's nice to have some of our mentors and the alumni kind of come back, and we're like more in those like working stages to get everyone ready for prime time. As a mentor and a program leader now, I love coming in and seeing the progress each team makes week to week. We can tell when things are clicking for each founder through their pitches, weekly shoutouts, and milestones that they share with us. A lot of these founders have full-time jobs, and then they come to Founders Boost in the after hours to bring their startups to life. Others are full-time on their startups, and they're taking time out of running their business to actually work on their business. Both ways are really tough. We've had some of our founders have like a whole like engineering fiasco, and then they still show up week after week, which is awesome. And we've had people who have full-time jobs and they can't make every meeting, but they really try hard to like be there, and like they're really taking the next step to getting their startup launched. Both of these are really hard in their own way, as we all probably know. And I hope everyone commends these founders for all their hard work in the off hours. And let's just talk about Founders Boost. There's a reason why it's been working for so long. It takes the best parts of learning and building a startup and gives founders a head start in the following ways. The first way is just a framework and a process. A lot of people fail because they have no way to prepare for running a company. Founders Boost is a proven process that has worked time and time again. Just that knowledge is worth its weight in gold. I've watched so many startups flail about trying to find success because they didn't have a framework or a process. It's such so much more expensive and time consuming, and both like time and expenses kill startups, as we all probably know. Second is just the peers in the network. Starting a company is really hard and really isolating. No normal person wants to go through this. So yeah, none of you founders, you guys are not normal at all. Founders are just a different breed of people, and they're actively working on startups. It's just so rare to find. There's a safety in numbers, and having peers to talk with and bond with definitely helps with not feeling alone or a complete failure all the time. When I first started working on Alvalu, like having peers start with me was so helpful. It's okay to need to like, get the pick me ups if something goes wrong, if you bomb a pitch, coffee, lunch, or anything from fellow founders. Make sure you all keep in touch because honestly, it's like a lifesaver. I like to call it startup therapy. And then number three is just like our mentors in the network. Just as peers are hard to find, mentors are always a bit harder to find. In the startup space, it's important to find those who have slightly more experience in the industry to help think through problems, and other mentors who have connections that can then cut the time necessary to network and find their first customers. FoundersBoost's global network of mentors can give founders an awesome shortcut to finding success. As a mentor, I really enjoyed meeting the other mentors too, since they're also my peers. It's just great to talk to them. Some of us are on boards together now, and we actually brainstorm with the Founders Boost alumni companies even after they graduate. And the last thing is like really time to incubate. I can really count on a lot of hands, like not just mine, probably everyone here in the room, the number of times I saw startups enter accelerators a little bit too early. This pressure cooks the founders since they have to catch up to the other companies or are unable to meet the milestones after the accelerator since they are in a class they're not ready for when they're done. Like giving founders time to explore their startup ideas before fully committing, Founders Boost helps founders find their footing and makes it much more likely for them to find a fit in their respective markets. I've been connecting with last year's cohort and even like last fall's cohort, and the progress we make after Founders Boost is as just as much as progress they made now, or like even more. It's astounding. So I'm really excited for the future of these founders and Founders Boost itself. After leaving Founders Boost and entering other accelerators, these founders are going to realize the power of their learnings in the Founder Boost Alumni Network. Some of you will become mentors, hopefully, to share your learnings with our new founders. Others will have amazing exits and become investors in your own right. The next decade and a half will bring more diverse viewpoints of entrepreneurship across Founders Boost's main offerings, accelerators, revenue, and investments. I'm excited to see what you all contribute to Founders Boost and the startup ecosystem as a whole. But before we get to the future, let's celebrate for today. Let's give all these awesome founders the props they deserve and the support they need to get to the next level. I want to say congrats to you all and a big thank you to my fellow staff at the Founders Boost New York team, also our entire World HQ for supporting us, and all of our fellow mentors who have been joining us week in and week out to help these founders get to the next level. I hope everyone sticks around and networks in AirMeet. And again, thank you all for joining this new technology with us, and let's get this party started. Back to you, Adrian.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pardees. I just want to say a couple quick words. First of all, let's all give a big hand to Pardees, to Eric, to Arpon, program leaders who have helped make this program a awesome program for all of our founders, for supporting the startup community and founders throughout their journey. We really, really, really appreciate it. And just as a couple quick words from my journey, so you all have a little bit of context, I'm actually a founder who went through Founders Boost in 2020, mid-pandemic, when there was absolutely nothing going on. And it was a lifesaver for us with my company called smartcourse.io. And that's how I met Pardees eventually and how we got connected.
Yeah, I mentored Adrian back when he was working on
completely full circle, right? And
it was a good time.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that, Founders Boost has meant so much personally to me. And I know that it means so much to everybody who it brings through the program. And, they're super founder friendly, which is really a welcome surprise compared to a lot of different accelerators. So with that said, I would like to invite our founders up on stage, and then we will get started with our pitches. All right, let's start with Mike. Okay, sweet. And then Pardees, we can go ahead and like that. All right. So first we're going to get started with en route digital.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Kosick, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of en route, and we are dedicated to streamlining hospital operations. Research has shown that approximately 25% of staff's time in a hospital is wasted. Time wasted looking for assets, time wasted waiting on patients, time wasted trying to find supplies scattered throughout the hospital. And this inefficiency and waste in operations and logistics unfortunately contributes to a roughly $36 billion problem for US hospitals alone. And that is where en route comes in. En route is building the first true end-to-end SaaS-based platform that uses advanced analytics, including AI and ML, to transform the way that hospitals operate. We create the right real-time, predictive, and prescriptive analytics for hospital staff so they can get their jobs done as efficiently as possible. We've already deployed at 2 US hospitals globally, and we had our first US deployment at an Epic-based hospital back in March. And so far, results have been transformational for the institution. Deploying our intra-hospital patient transport solution, we've been able to get patients out of the hospital faster, which has decreased the length of stay of patients. We've been able to get them into and out of imaging procedures more efficiently, so staff can use those resources more effectively. And finally, we've been able to cut down drastically on surgical delays, which has saved the hospital a lot of money and resources. Overall, we saved over $100,000 in our first month of operations alone, and we are just getting started and very excited about the future. Even more so, we see a huge opportunity in this market just outside of patient transport. We can expand into services operations, clinical operations, and externally focused operations to create this end-to-end platform. And we're aligned with our early customers and partners in this vision that we validated with them. Most importantly, we have a great backing of Cornell, Cedars-Sinai, and other top institutional investors to help us along on our journey. And we have the right team with a mix of digital operations, strategy, software development, operations, and medical background that we're focused on expanding and enhancing into the future. If any of you are interested in joining us on our journey as we look to expand and reimagine the way that hospitals operate, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for that pitch, Mike.
Yeah, no problem, Adrian. Thanks for having me.
Love it. So tell us what is on the horizon for you, if you have any recent wins that you would want to share.
Yeah, so this is a really exciting time for our company. I'd mentioned in the pitch that we had deployed our first US customer back in March. We've gotten some fabulous results. They love the platform. They're actually publishing a news article in the coming week on the impact that we've had so far. And right now we have around 10 to 15 hospitals that we're finalizing to join our early innovators program this year and into next year. So that's very exciting. We're in the midst of adding to our pre-seed funds. As I mentioned, we've raised from Cornell, Cedars-Sinai, which is a top hospital investor in the space, and Forum Ventures. We've raised around $400,000. We're looking to add to that to complete our pre-seed round. And then that's going to allow us to roll out those hospitals into the future.
Awesome. Sounds like there's a lot of awesome stuff going on. Very exciting. Very exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Now we're going to invite Maria onto the stage, and we're going to go and listen to Optimalist.
Hi, my name is Maria Bruce, and I'm the founder of Optimalist, a mental health optimizing app. I am a medical doctor and a psychotherapist, and what I've seen in my practice is that people are living with high levels of stress, and this is impacting their work and relationships. But the main problem we're addressing is people dropping off mental health treatments before seeing any positive results. People become frustrated when they cannot follow through with the treatment suggestions they discussed, and they stop trying altogether. From over 41 million US adults that received psychotherapy last year, only 1 in 5 were able to complete their treatment. So our solution is a mobile app that provides a list of customized coping tools, reminders, and reports that can be shared with the therapists and coaches to enhance and better inform that therapeutic process. It uses physiological data to rank those coping tools, and this helps clients feel more in control of their treatment, also be more aware of what is helping them, and this keeps them motivated to follow through with it. Our revenue is based on a subscription model, with our first focus being referrals through therapies and key partnerships. We will also add features and services that will bring additional sources of revenue. Our go-to-market strategy is targeting therapists and wellness providers to create an organic viral growth that will drive our initial customer acquisition. We will also target well-being apps, corporate wellness plans, as well as international markets like the Spanish one. The TAM is the global market for subscriptions to mobile health apps, and it is of $56.8 billion. It is projected to triple to $147 billion by 2028. The SAM is the US market for mental health and wellness apps, and it's of $5.2 billion. The SOM is the revenue for US subscriptions of anxiety management apps, and that's of $1.3 billion. Although there are other mental health apps in the market, there is no other that is combining the physiological data, the treatment suggestions, and the interactions with the therapists like we are doing. Our app has a better ROI for our customers. This creates a longer-lasting relationship that decreases churn. We launched our app in November 2021. We have 112 active users, 900 measurements, over 9,000 social media followers, and 2 partnerships that are referring clients to our app. Our next step is to continue to develop our technology and acquiring referrals. We will also open Android and wearable compatibility, target international markets, and establish key partnerships to boost our sales. Our projected revenue is of $150 million in 5 years. Our founding team consists of myself and Alex Smith. I have been personally recognized with awards in my entrepreneurial and professional capacity, and Alex has been developing software products for clients like Adidas and Coca-Cola's and sold 2 of his previous companies. I believe between us we have the skills needed to make this a success. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that pitch, Maria. It was really, really great. Very excited for this company. Tell us what is on the horizon for you and any recent wins that you've had.
All right. So I'll start with the wins. Luckily, we have 120 active users that are using this as an additional tool to therapy. So that has been great. We have partnered with 2 companies. We have one event tomorrow with one that it's a launch book, a mental health launch book. And another company that we're currently doing events, and it has been a great way to measuring the impact and also how people are receiving the app. We're talking with 2 companies that are interested in our technology to create a wellness culture within them. So those are all great ways of keep us going moving forward. Our next steps is to open subscriptions. This is happening in the next couple of weeks. And from there, we're going to start fundraising to keep working on our technology. We're going to open to wearables and Android devices, and also to boost our team.
Super cool. Guys, this train is leaving the station. Definitely hop on board before it's too late. Thank you so much, Maria.
No, thank you, Adrian.
Sorry about that. Next up, we have Home Improve. The founder, unfortunately, due to last-minute emergency circumstances, could not be here with us today, but we still have their pitch and would love to show it to you.
Hi, I'm Joseph Pierce, founder and CEO of Home Improve. We are the Instacart of home improvement. Our product is very straightforward. It helps home improvement retailers acquire new customers. And so it does that by really auto-populating a list based on the user's project they're working on. And then with one click, we move that list to the retailer's cart, in this example, Home Depot. And by doing so, we increase the conversion rate by 20%. The market's very large at $235 billion, with $2 billion in ad expenditures per year. The competition is scattered. Ours is really the only dedicated one that auto-generates lists, pushes that to the retailer's cart, along with tracking, which is very important for retailers. The go-to-market is straightforward. We connect with publishers and advertisers through ad exchanges, and then through our end users through our social networks. Again, my name is Joseph Pierce, founder and CEO. I've been an analyst at Verizon Media and Warner Brothers, and also do development as well. My counterpart, James Willett, is a developer and designer. We're looking for $500,000 investment at a $5 million valuation. Thank you.
Is a B2B machine learning powered end-to-end flight recovery and predictive maintenance platform built majorly for airline enterprises. We observe that flight delay costs airline enterprises $33 billion annually. 51% of passengers experience delays and disruption, and there's a slow response time from airline customer service agent to update passengers about their trips, up to 2 hours wait time. Which is why we came up with the KSS, which will be able to predict delays and disruption using machine learning and artificial intelligence with 95% accuracy. It will help to reduce workload on the airline staff by 60% and therefore ensure continuous smooth running of operation, and then get passengers rebooked in real time. Implementation, where identify disrupted and delayed flights using machine learning models. We get airline passenger information and passenger name record from airlines using their APIs. We notify passengers directly using a push notification system. Passengers can communicate and choose alternative route, cancel their trip via visual AI, and we send updated notification of their trip via emails. And through the control panel, airline enterprises can view both for cancellation and on-time trips and monitor passenger responsiveness. Market size, we have a large total available market size of $217 billion, 1 billion SAM, and 480 SOM. Our ecosystem includes Amidos and Sabre, but we are better than them in regards of we being able to reroute disrupted trips, detect mechanical failure in planes using AI, and also detect weather disruption. And also, we also have a virtual AI assistant for disrupted trips, which they don't have. Our target market size includes startup and early stage airline, medium-sized airline, cargo airlines, small airlines, light-sized airlines, and private charter airlines. Our go-to-market strategy includes targeted campaign for individual airline enterprises. We create inspiring content for them. And our revenue model includes is a SaaS model where we charge airline enterprises for every predictive maintenance notification we send and for every passenger rebooked in real time. Our current focus includes perfecting our KSS system and partnering up with FAA, patenting our technology, our partnership in progress with major airline enterprises, securing an inexpensive co-working space, hiring of engineers and specialists. Our ask is a 2 million on a safe note. We use the proceeds to hire more people, test our product market fit, ensure profitability, validate our various market entities, and we also use it for 6 months of runway. The milestones will be able to have 4 million process flights monthly with sign of 15 airline operators. Our team includes myself, a graduate student at Cornell University. I am there, our CEO, who is an automation engineer at General Motors, Fares, our machine learning lead, who also is a cargo grandmaster. Ross, our advisor, who has a lot of experience in airline enterprises. Richard, who is the VP, SVP of Lockheed Martin, and also current co-founder of Lincoln Private Jet in Florida. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Victor.
Yeah.
So tell us what is on the horizon for you, what's next, and any recent wins that you've had.
Yeah. So earlier this week, we were able to sign to a partnership agreement with ENF System and American Airlines. So we'll see how that goes. So that's our win. And on the horizon, we will continue to build on what we are doing, basically at the moment. So we are trying to fix up our model with real-time data set they were able to get from both American Airlines and ENF System. And from there, we just see how it goes. So we're expecting a partnership from other airline enterprises.
Very cool. Thank you, Victor.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, next going to invite Alan Shu onto the stage, and we're going to hear from Q Up.
Hello, and welcome to Q Up, where we connect gamers and e-coaches. My name is Alan, and I'm the founder and CEO of Q Up. The current problem in the gaming industry is that out of the 211 million gamers in the United States, over 90% of gamers have never earned any income throughout their day-to-day countless hours of playing video games. And over 70% of gamers have unfulfilled companionship desires in playing multiplayer games. To solve that, we are introducing QUp. QUp is an online freelance platform that allows gamers to be paid through playing with others. It's a very simple three-step approach where first you would be browsing through a list of e-coaches and gamers and selecting one. Second, you would place an order for a gaming session with your selected e-coach. Third, you will be enjoying and playing with that e-coach for the gaming session. So on one side, you would have the e-coaches who are essentially earning money through playing with others. And on the other side, you would have the customers who are getting better through playing with the e-coaches and learning from the e-coaches. Some of our milestones that we have achieved is that we have achieved over 1,000 active users on our Discord server. We plan on doing MVP testing and gaining traction from those users, and eventually, transitioning those active users to the actual platform. The gaming market. So the United States has a $67 billion market in the gaming industry from about 211 million players. The serviceable addressable market, which is estimated to be about 10% of the total gamers in the United States, to be 20 million players. And out of those, we are targeting the international student market, which is about 1 million players, and totals out to be $200 million. Our competitors have raised over $77.5 million to address a similar issue. Compared to our competitors, we value community. We plan on building a community that connects gamers and e-coaches, rather than simply focusing on the matching system, which may not be as friendly or user-friendly to the gamers. We are innovators, and most importantly, we are gamers. We know the industry from top to bottom. We have experienced the same pain and problems, issues through playing video games. That's why we are the right people for this project, and we are dedicated innovators to solve this issue. And here's our ask. We are asking for $250,000 for the use of marketing, which includes exposure, advertisements, influencers, partnerships with streamers, and platform development. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that pitch, Alan. Tell us, what is next for you and any recent wins that you've had?
Yeah, definitely. Some of the big wins that we've had is that we have partnered with over 30 e-coaches and experienced gamers who are currently on board and interested in providing the services on our platform. And of course, talking the pitch that we have more than 1,000 members in a Discord server that's interested in sort of participating in the testing for the service. We've also established tournaments and other ways to gain traction for our project. What's on the horizon is that we are looking for partnerships with streamers, influencers, and grow sort of on the marketing side of QUp. And we are also looking for more e-coaches and experienced gamers to help gain more traction. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Gaming is on the rise. Talk to Alan about it. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to be hearing from Alina. Just going to invite Alina up to the stage of Selfie.
Women have been painted, drawn, and now we have a selfie. So once an image of you is online, anyone can steal it. In fact, that is a major problem. 2.5 billion images are stolen a day. Along with those images, there are some nefarious people online who post those images on image boards and consider them to be wins. I was part of a task force with a nonprofit called Badass that helped remove the biggest image board online, Anonymous IB. Hi, my name is Alina Braverman. I'm a serial founder and co-founder, leading to startups that led to Google Circles, etc. I'm also a mentor and currently a judge in the Massachusetts channel. Selfie Lock would help eliminate this problem and help women protect their images and make their images traceable online so that they could take legal action if they're reposted without their consent or if they're reposted by an ex. So this is really to protect all the women in your life as well, whether it's your mother, your daughter, your grandmother. Think about if their images were out there and what that would do to their reputation. Some of these images are posted along with their phone numbers. 1 in 4 women takes a selfie. Instagram selfie hashtag is 58 billion strong. So there's definitely a market. The beauty app market is 124 billion worldwide, US 68 billion. I'm estimating 2%, so I'm estimated roughly 1.7 billion or so. And Selfie would do it all. It would do everything that these other beauty apps and image editing software would not be able to do. It also has the capability to be put on the blockchain and integrated with AI. I am asking for $1 million to help Selfie be promoted via marketing and to get the technical aspect of it completed and finished with a programmer. I already have a group of about 30,000 women waiting for this app so that they could protect themselves and send images with confidence. I also have PR contacts as I've been in the industry for a really long time. So I would love for you to consider Selfie, and thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that pitch, Alina. Tell us, what is on the horizon for you? What are you excited about? And any recent wins that you've had?
So I'm talking to investors. I've been talking and emailing with a few investors, and I'm excited to get this up and running. I'm going to figure out a way. And for any single VCs out there, women have taken a hit lately. So your dates will be super successful if you announce to them that you're now sponsoring a female-led startup that protects women. I can't believe your dates will not be great after you tell them that. So please, let's get this going.
Awesome. Yeah, Alina is a master at building community, everybody. Go check her out at her table. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So before moving on, I just wanted to quickly take a moment to thank also our HQ team. We would not have been able to put on this demo day without them. Please put some claps and hearts and all the good stuff in the chat to say thank you for Blake Caldwell, our CEO, Natalie, Thelma, everyone at HQ who really made this possible. And then I'm going to show you, all of you guys, how this networking portion happens and how it works. It's essentially a virtual venue, and you'll be able to speak with any of the founders that you connected with or that you wanted to speak more to. We highly encourage you to go to their tables to check that out. All right. Oops. Okay, so it is networking time. In the AirMeet Social Lounge, when we end this, you'll be moved into this social lounge. And if you click on any of the seats that you want to go to, or double click on those seats, you'll be pulled into that table, and then you'll be able to turn your mic or camera on and network with whoever's at that table. As you can see, there are all the startup names on top of each table, and so that will show you if you want to speak to that founder. And then there's also networking tables and one-on-one tables if you want to have a private conversation with somebody or just meet other people at the event. And that is all. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us and check out FoundersBoost. We really hope you enjoyed Demo Day, and we hope that you take the time to network with these founders. They've given so much of their time and effort to be here today and present for you. So let's thank them for all of their effort. And once again, my name is Adrian Harrison. I am the host of this Demo Day, as well as the program leader for the New York City cohort. I will also be at the event for anyone who wants to network with me. Cheers. All the best.